Hello guys, and welcome back to my catch-up on Big Ron and Little Archie. As I said in the previous video, this is actually made for the two boys in mind whose mum I work with. Hello Ronnie, hello Archie. So these are the two vehicles now. They're fully made up as far as I'm prepared to make them anyway for this scenario. This is the control deck of Big Ron, control seat. As you can see, nice clear view out of the windows. There's a medi station just behind me, so I can heal. Can't really see that because I've got the hood off, but there you go. Bottom left there, as you can see I'm healing. I don't get oxygen through there at the moment because I've got no oxygen in my oxygen tanks. Let's take that back off again so we can see around. Right, this is actually made for any survival type game. It does have air vents in here. This is a sealed room, as far as I'm aware anyway. So because this scenario doesn't actually use sealed rooms, this isn't actually functional at this time. So if we go through here, sensors, open and close the door to get out, come down the stairs, and there's our oxygen tanks again. They're not working. I've turned them off because they're just it's actually producing oxygen, but it's not set up to work on this scenario. So all it was doing is filling them two full of oxygen, and I'm not able to use it at all. For some reason, the whole thing's turned itself off again, even though we have solar panels on the top there to charge our batteries. We've got a battery at the top which is totally dead, and we've got a battery underneath. This is kind of a flight deck. It's a little ship I've been making. This is a hydrogen tank, storing hydrogen. For this scenario I need hydrogen for hydrogen thrusters, and I'm storing it in there for now. So this is what it looks like up on the flight deck. I haven't got anything in these at the moment. I could put storage or anything in there, but I didn't think I needed it, to be fair. There's our antenna to show when I've got this on. It tells you the name. For some reason it's come up with this word crash. I think it's because the whole thing was made from the crashed ship that we first started with. So again, turn that off. You can see the turret up the top there as well. I'll show you up there in a second. So if we come down here, this is where little Archie's stored, in the underbelly. Got an assembler so we can make parts. That's connectors, so I can attach little Archie to this ship and transfer anything in there into there, and it goes through the series of conveyors to storage underneath. There's actually a storage container just behind this assembler. So let's have a little look at how we get Archie out on a conveyor, which always bounces you about. I'd love them to fix that. This is underneath, so there's your assembler. Cargo container. We've got conveyor systems. That's a reactor, but it's never working because I've never got enough uranium to make it work. We've got another container there. That one's got all my weapons and tools in, and lots of oxygen bottles and hydrogen bottles so I can fly about. This is our oxygen generator. Put ice in here, creates oxygen, it fills up our bottles. I say at the moment I've run out of oxygen because it's producing loads of hydrogen that I'm going to need for when I get hydrogen thrusters to finish this scenario off. So I'll show you. Let's take a flight. So this is now Big Ron, the top of him, where it looks like we've got a turret, so it is defended. reason I've actually turned that kind of off, so it doesn't attack, because it seems to attack anything. I think it's just part of the game. It still needs addressing. If I can just use the right buttons. There's the front now. If you remember correctly, when I first started building this, this was very, very flat on the front, very boxy shaped, whereas now it's all filled in. Arches under the wheels a little bit, give it a bit of shape and stuff. This is a conveyor going from the front and everything right to the back, so when I do land one of these little ships on, it connects to there. All the stuff out of the ship then will go through the conveyor system. Whoops, I'm all over. Into the cargo containers. Right, we've got one battery on top. As you saw, it was totally depleted, and there's another one underneath, which we've got half full actually. So all of this should actually be working, but because I've actually put both batteries on charge, that's why it's basically shut it down. So there you go, big run. Brilliant. I enjoy building it. So it's got some influences off the opening titles of this game. There's a couple of big rovers, and I like the this kind of ridge look and stuff like that. So on to little Archie. Again, he's fully completed now. Let's just attach him from there, drag him out. Let's have a proper look at little Archie. Now I've not landed, really put this on the right place to be able to see this. Right, it's just... let's raise... try and manoeuvre him. It's I'm on a bit of a slope, so this game has got the physics aren't that good. It'll slide about, you've got a set of friction and stuff like that, but then if you put too much friction on, it sticks to the floor and you can't move it anyway. It's just pretty weird. Right. Stay put. Hey, this is little Archie. There's a cockpit. This little foot on the front, as you saw when it was in there, it actually connects to the plate in front of it to stop it moving while it's in there. Pardon me. I'll just stick this on a second. Let's see if I can just put a block in front of it to stop it moving. Hopefully it'll stop. Rest on that. Thank you. Otherwise I'd have rolled all the way down there. Right. So this, it's got a connector on the back. I've put some daft little lights on and stuff like that. Battery in the front, half full again. On the top we have our solar panel. It's charging that battery nicely. Inside we have a couple of storage containers. Get off there, you. Quite a few storage containers, in fact. Or are there? Yeah, there's storage containers, aren't there? Yeah. Cargo containers and connectors. It'd be alright if I didn't keep pressing the wrong buttons. And down in there we have reactors. Quite a few little reactors. I actually put holes in there because I was going to put some thrusters so this thing could fly. I was actually thinking of a flying driving vehicle, but then decided against it. So all the reactors actually joined up to the cargo container, so if I put any uranium in there it will fill the reactors up. So that's little Archie. It's a 6-wheel vehicle.
Convoy dispatched. Delivery 22380.
It's quite quick as well. I've just rolled it twice, going too fast over these dunes, trying to find Big Ron because I'd forgotten where I put him. The batteries had all run out, so he wasn't giving off that lovely blue signal there. Crash Big Ron. There was no signal. I'd go looking for it because it was night time. Anyway, so that's it. There's little Archie, Big Ron. I hope you like them. I'm going to post them on the workshop as they are. Please have lots of fun with them. Ronnie and Archie, when your mum gets you a new PC, I'm sure she might, or Santa might even get you one. Get this game, get your mum to get the game for you, and you can play with the trucks that I've made for you two guys. That's it for me. I shall see you next time. Bye bye for now.